Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Chavez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with Whitey? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, and, of course, Miguel Antonio Barragan, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. There isn't much to talk about. Well, there are a couple of stories to talk about, and we'll talk about them. But first and foremost, if you would like to find out information about Fight Net Radio, the website's currently under construction. So go to honish.io, www.honish.io. There's a link on the page. Just scroll down, and it'll take you to the website. And you can check out any way you want to listen or watch the show. And, of course, you can head on over to our Facebook page. Wow, look at this. A robot who wants to meet me. What a shocker.
I
like robots.
Send her money while you're at it.
Send her money. Send her money. Right. Send me a gas card. I'm really a girl who really wants to come live with you and meet you. Yeah, right. I believe that completely. Go to Fight Net Radio on social media as well. With all of that said, first and foremost, let's talk about the lovely holiday of Thanksgiving. I will start with you, Andrew Labouche. How was Thanksgiving? Did you have a COVID party?
No. No, it was just the family. We stood in. Christina made the turkey. She made everything. It was good. It was very good.
That's nice. Did you enjoy football, even though it was 2 crappy games?
No, didn't watch one bit of football. Nope, skipped on that too.
Wow.
Yeah, when you got 3 babies, dude, not really just sitting around watching football all day.
I completely understand that. And you, Miguel, what did you do for the holiday season?
Well, definitely stayed in. I did have to work the day that followed, so Friday, Black Friday. So I had to wake up early on Friday. I didn't exactly, sleep in. But Thursday, the actual holiday, stayed at home, of course, just me and the fam, small gathering. We didn't watch football either, but not really because of kids, but we just didn't watch it.
We don't watch football. Right.
Exactly. But yeah, it was very small. We didn't even make that much food, because it's just like 3 or 4 of us, and enough for leftovers the next few days, but nothing major. But yeah, kept things very, very low key.
I donated my time to a soup kitchen.
Oh, good.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. That's not really what happened, but I thought I'd say it, and it sounded much better.
I was expecting Bob Aram to come in with a soup angle.
No, you know what? You would think that. I went with the cute, emotional. I worked at a soup kitchen, and you'll never guess who came in. It was Bob himself, and he recorded this Thanksgiving message. Happy Thanksgiving from me. My God, do you know how far Maloney had to fly? Give him the title back.
Just won't let it go.
With all of that said, it was a short news week. There are a couple of stories that I know we want to address and that we will cover I'm going to take care of a little bit of light housekeeping before we take care of our two key stories. First and foremost, right out of the gate, the Jacobs-Rosado fight. Both of you guys watched it live. I saw you blowing up the text. I love the fact that Fight News actually called it a dull split decision. When I went back and watched it, it was a adequate split decision. I don't know if I'd call it dull. Dull's strong. It was not as dull as some of the stuff I've watched lately. So I'll start with you, Miguel. Let's start with you. What did you think of Jacobs-Rosado?
I think dull is a pretty accurate description. There weren't really any, highlights. If you watch any of the rounds in between the rounds, sometimes they'll have, highlights of the previous round, and they really didn't do that much of that because there wasn't really many highlights to begin with. It was pretty obvious that they both kind of went in there with the mentality of like not losing as opposed to actually risking and actually trying to win. From one side of the coin, Jacobs, I understand his perspective if that's how he wanted to play it safe, because he had, I'm sure, 7 figures down the line that were kind of on the line. So it was one of those cases where win this one, look good on the next one. That's a common saying, right? So I think he tried to play it safe, and he damn near blew it because of that split decision. So when I heard the decision at the end, I was like, hey, when they said Philadelphia, I thought, oh shit, you know what? All right. Yeah, Rosado could have taken that. It's that close. But then, of course, they corrected it, and I was like, okay, that's the right decision. Yeah, I guess give it to Jacobs because, he's got more upside to him. But I feel bad for Rosado. He kind of got the bait and switch, when they announced the winner. But it was one of those things where, both guys went in there not really trying to risk anything and win the fight, but rather playing it safe to not lose. And, ultimately, Jacobs got the W.
Andrew, what did you think of the fight?
I don't know who told Rosado that people want to see him box, but they lied to him, and that's why he lost this fight. He was never going to win it on points, Lee. He's got 12 defeats, Lee. He's fought in everybody. He's lost to everybody. Come on, box. What? Oh, I thought I boxed great. I made him miss punches. That's not the reason why you're in the ring. You're in the ring for your blood and guts and to go all out. He's a warrior. He's a poor man's Arturo Gatti. He didn't show any of that. To me, Jacobs was cruising on this decision because look I'm scorned, right? I'm one of those old school, you got to take it to the fucking champ or the champ wins. I'm sorry. Not giving it to a guy with 12 defeats because you boxed better. And he didn't. Dude, I'm serious. Rosado was happy that he didn't get cut. Rosado was happy that he wasn't all fucked up after the fight. He wanted to say it. Look at my face. He was dying to say that, and that's not how you score boxing. I'm sorry. So it was a different look. I'll give him that. But Jacobs was going to win this fight. Jacobs knew it. He knew he was ahead on points going into this thing. He's the money behind this. You heard him keep saying he's the guy with the $1 million payday waiting for him. Not Rosado, dude. I don't know why. Rosado at the end of that fight should have went for it. When Freddie Roach seen that the fight was close, don't let it stay close all the way to the finish. You got to go for it at some point. Get a knockdown. Secure the victory. No, he didn't do any of that shit. I ain't mad at the decision.
All right, so what did we learn from Jacobs? I call it the failed zone project, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So what did we learn from the failed zone project that is Daniel Jacobs?
Real fast, I'll let you get it after Miguel. The only thing I can say, Lee, is you got to remember they still got the the Canelo fight, and he's also fought in
they wasted a lot of money on this cat. Like, I'm not getting. I've said this before. When we talked about it last week,
that contract's also over.
That contract with DAZN?
Yes, wasn't that what they were saying yesterday, or the fight during the fight? Yeah, on Saturday. I believe the contract's done.
No kidding. I didn't hear that. I was watching it with my pops, and my pops doesn't stop talking.
What about you, Miguel?
Well, I mean, this is kind of becoming the norm now for Jacobs. Like we see lackluster fights like this. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you fine.
All right. So this is starting to become like the friggin', the norm for Jacobs. It's just like, I mean, we're seeing these kind of fights. He's knocked out guys like, Peter Cullen and whatnot, and fucking Sergio Mora. But I mean, when we see him against these fights, with Triple G and with Canelo and everything, and we're just like, all right, this is kind of the norm now. We're seeing him take very few risks. It's like every now and then there's like glimpses of past Jacobs, but it just seems like this is the norm now. And I mean, I guess there's some sort of upside to him, a potential, maybe even a potential rematch with Canelo at 168, since they're both now at super middleweight. But I don't know. I'm not. I'm becoming less and less interested in seeing Jacobs fight as his career goes on.
Okay,
they're gonna have to pull it. They're gonna have to pull the trigger on him fast. He has one more run, I think, in him. Like I said, he's already taken defeats to Triple G and Canelo. There isn't a big push for him to get a rematch with either guy right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe there was with Triple G when he first did it, because he was like the first one to kind of broke Triple G's, what was it? His like, being that
streak, right?
Right, yeah, like being this pound for pound, he's just taking over the middleweights. He was the first one to show us that you could get to Triple G as a fighter. So it was kind of hot, but as soon as he signed the Canelo fight, Canelo at this time overthrows Triple G. Everyone's cool with that fight. Canelo beats him convincingly. Jacobs goes into no man's land. This fight didn't bring him out of it. Yet, I think if you put him in a big fight, the diehards would buy into it. I would. If any of the guys with the belt, Danny Jacobs versus the winner, what is it this weekend? Sanders and just say if Billy Joe wins, fuck the guys facing. Because who is it? Martin? I think it's Martin.
Martin Murray.
Yeah. Yes. So Sanders, say if he defeats Murray and was to fight Jacobs, that's a decent fight. I'd buy into that one. So he still has something there, but Dazin needs to pull it on him fast. And I could have swore they said it. Don't hold me to that, but I thought his contract was coming up here with Dazin. But don't hold me to that. Either way, he works with Dazin. His advisor's Al Heyman. He has no title, meaning he can go to any belt. There's a lot of options for him. He needs to strike fast, though. He also is 33. Could have played into his performance on Friday night.
All right. That's a lot of time given to a average, lacklusterish.
Stop. In a lackluster sport, Lee, he's one of the names, I guess you would say, in that division, correct? That's what's...
Listen, he draws money just like my fighters. He's just like Crawford. I don't know what it is with these guys.
Yeah.
They're just boring.
Well, no, Danny Jacobs said he was too nice, and he actually said it. He came out and said he doesn't have that Floyd Mayweather edge, so the streets don't, or the urban community, I don't know how you say it, don't buy into him like they do
the carpets don't match the drapes.
I guess I don't know.
I enjoyed that joke. We have 2 more fights to cover. If you were looking for real news, we don't really have it this week because there was no news. Apparently during Thanksgiving, fighters don't do anything stupid. But we have 2 fights to cover.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you guys can see the tabs, so I will give you the choice. The big discussion or the bigger discussion? I think they're both big discussions.
No, there was clearly only one big discussion this weekend, bro.
Really? All right, then I'll save that one for last. Let's go with the lesser of the 2 discussions. That's right, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fought again. We didn't know about it because he didn't tell anybody about it, but apparently he fought again.
Even his opponent didn't know about it.
Well, let me show you his opponent. His name is Hassan Minda from Ecuador. And, I mean, what a stellar record. I mean, he lost to Chavez Jr. He lost to Tyrone Spong.
What? The kickboxer? He lost to the kickboxer? Are you serious? Oh, jeez.
Right. He beat a guy named Darwin, and I'm going to say this out loud. If any of you have ever lost a fight to a guy named Darwin, including in school, you might be gay. I'm just saying it out loud. And, there's people right now probably getting really upset going, Lee, that's really derogatory. You can't say things like that in this day and age. Let me clarify. I mean real dick-sucking, multicolored flag-waving gay. You lost to a guy named Darwin. For God. Darwin. Okay. Magmadov Mediev. Wow, he fought a Russian. Good for him. Oh, he lost.
But I got to tell you, Lee, this is the replacement to the first opponent that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. said he had to scratch from the card because he could not make weight. When they asked that opponent why he was scratched, he said, there was never really a fight. I don't know what he's talking about. So the first opponent of Chavez Jr. did not know he was fighting on this day.
Nobody did. I'm telling you, Minda didn't know that he was. Like, clearly there was something afoot with this fight. Like, and I've actually read a couple of reports about this particular fight, for God's sakes. I actually have clips. We can actually watch the fight. And
there's people there. Like,
I think that you know what?
amazing.
I'm really proud of Chavez Jr., first of all. I'm going to say this out loud. I'm proud of him. He found someone he could beat up in the ring and look good against.
Lee, they paid him. They paid him in like 3 hours. Come on.
Yeah. It was one of those things where, like...
Well, he's from Ecuador. How did they get him? Was he there? Was he on backup? Like, is there...
I don't know. It says he lives in America, too. His residence is Massachusetts.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think Chavez Jr. kind of like hit up his pops. It's like, Dad, hit me up with one of those taxi cab drivers that used to be back in the day. He's like, all right, I'll catch you one of those. That's pretty much what happened.
Maybe he was on vacation and they just like ran into each other. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll step in. What the fuck? I'll do it.
He was in someone else's corner.
I'm really liking the lack of social distancing and masks ringside.
Oh, I just can't believe those people. Yeah, and they're risking their life to watch Chavez fucking Jr.
Yeah, right?
COVID. Everyone in this screenshot deserves fucking COVID.
First of all, how is this dude like even landing punches on Chavez Jr.? Like, I don't even get that. He's fighting a legitimate, what was the term used against the guy in the Mike Tyson fight, club fighter, the Coco main event, that got this guy all fired up. Oh, you're a club fighter. No, this is really a club fighter. This is really, really a nobody who just hit you with an uppercut, dude, on a Friday night. This is really bad. This is an all-time low. This is, oh my God, there's a basketball court in the background.
Oh,
there's a basketball hoop.
There is.
This is a high school
gymnasium.
What the fuck? They're doing this in the damn bingo hall.
Better. Oh,
jeez. Well, then.
This is like independent pro wrestling, for God's
sake. It is.
Sake.
It's the indies. It's indies.
This is the indies of boxing. Chavez got sent down to the minor league of boxing.
Yep. Wow.
All right, son, we need you to work on it. Wow, his nose is bloody.
Oh, what?
His
Look at
nose
that.
is bloody.
Even the taxi cab driver is fucking him up. Oh, my gosh. Good Lord.
And he's tired.
Yeah,
he's tired.
No, he was just partying the night before. You guys don't understand.
Oh. Yeah, your nose gets bloody after snorting so many lines before a fight. Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
Hey, if Mike Tyson can smoke weed, Chavez can snort a little of the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And
there's a basketball hoop in the background, for God's sakes. This is at a local high school.
It is. You can see the scoreboard and everything. Oh, this is so cool.
Nobody is socially distancing. This is a COVID time bomb waiting to happen.
COVID.
Oh.
Look at how loose those ropes are. Who the hell put that fucking ring together?
Chavez Sr., along with the opponent to be named later.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this really does look like independent pro wrestling. It's
Are
really
they using like
sketchy.
yellow tape They're using like yellow cop tape to separate
Look
the
at how
fans from the fight.
Look at how the robes. They're
How
all
is
loose.
this making it to
One's
the
all-
second round? I don't. What is going on in this fight?
What the?
Yeah,
I
that
can't-
happened.
Yeah, it's a bunch of block. It's all fucked up for me. I can't really see it.
I get that it's blocky and slow for everybody watching the video,
Yeah.
but that's because we use GoToWebinar. Maybe now that I'm back in the studio, we'll move back over to a better streaming service so we can watch videos again in real time. Zoom will let us do it. We should go back to Zoom. That'll give us clean video.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, this
Well,
is just
you know,
so
who they're
awful.
saying. You know who they're saying they might offer Chavez Jr. to is that the Puerto Rican kid. He
Oh,
got
Elvis?
all knocked
That
out.
Elvis? Yeah.
Yeah, it starts with a B.
Oh, is it? I'm confused with somebody else. I thought it was
No.
Elvis. No, Elvis something, or no?
Barragan. Is that his last name? The kid that knocked out everybody, man. He's been on all the top rank
cards, right?
Yeah. I want to say they're looking at asking to see if Chavez Jr. wants to fight him in 2021. Big step up in competition, but I mean, really, Chavez might be there for the taking. It might be time to send him up the fucking river.
Henda looks like he's going to fall through the ropes.
Well, the ropes don't look too secure. I'll tell you that. And they got that top rope definitely isn't
they're all
secured.
sagging and everything.
Yeah.
It's like they look
Is
like
this
velvet
not
ropes
the
at a club.
sketchiest dog track fight you've ever seen in your entire life? This is
I
This is
can't
pretty
believe there's
low.
people there. And no, the promoter should get a fucking bonus because he got people to actually come to this thing. Lee, there's people in the seats to watch Chavez Jr. versus some guy that no one knows of. It's fucking, to me, that's amazing. Chavez is nowhere near his prime. He's nowhere near, he's not on the way up. He's actually on the way down. Like, I don't know. I really don't know if I'd go out of my way to watch him in America anymore. Swear to God. No, I wouldn't have been at this fight. Nope. But
oh yeah,
there
you
they
would
are.
have. Look,
No,
if there
I
was
wouldn't
no
have.
COVID, if there was no COVID,
Yeah, exactly. Well,
and we used
no COVID
and we
is a
used
different thing, bro.
no
No,
COVID, and we used
that's
our
different.
credentials to go to the fight just to
That's a
watch
different
and laugh
story,
at the
though.
fight.
But definitely not risking my life to watch Chavez Jr. It's a joke.
I'm not risking my life for any fight they put on this year.
Well,
I mean-
I don't know. Spence versus Crawford, if they got that one done, I might wear a mask and wash my hands.
And take sanitizer with you.
And there you go. There's
there
the
it is.
tip.
All right, get this shit
There we
out.
go.
We're done.
Now we got to it. I mean, he gets up and there's more of the same. It's just a big case of awful, is what it is. So there you guys go.
Look at that.
We covered this
The first rope is literally touching the second rope.
And then look, they're using like yellow tape to separate the fans from the fucking, the officials, like yellow cop tape, crime scene tape.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
They
Lord.
just took that from
This
up the
is-
street, bro. There was a scene.
This literally
Yeah.
looks like circa 1980s pro wrestling, where the seats are right next to the ring. And fans would just have wrestlers dive into the front row. Look at the number of people there.
It was all
Shock-
it was all construction tape. It said "caution wet."
No, it probably said "warning COVID, be advised."
Yeah.
By
Hazardous
attending
material.
this fight.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, look at that trainer. He knows how to wear it. That's good.
Yeah, no,
That
it's a
helps
chin hammock.
everyone.
Got the chin hammock going on. So there you guys go. Never let it be said that we miss a Chavez moment. Oh my God. Oh my God. Former WBC middleweight champion. I can't even say that with a straight face anymore. Where
Yeah,
was
no.
this? Parque Revoluciones, Culiacan, Sinaloa,
Sinaloa, yeah.
Mexico. Wow. Wow. Do they not have the COVID there? Am I
I'm pretty sure it's everywhere.
okay? And the co-feature, unbeaten bantamweight Kareem Arce. Any relation? I wonder.
Oh,
Won a 10-round unanimous decision over Jesus Carlin, who had a record that was horrifying when he made that fight too. He is. He's the nephew of Jorge. There you go. All right,
Oh,
great.
nice.
I bet he didn't do a backflip or wear circus paint. I'm just saying that out loud. Which takes us to our main discussion and main topic of the evening. That's right, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. in what can only be billed as "Please don't pay for this, it's fixed." So I don't even know where to begin. I'll give my feelings first. Somewhere around the, did anybody notice? I didn't even want to talk about the undercard because that was a joke.
Oh, jeez.
Should we talk about Jake Paul face planting?
It was the knockout of the year. I'll tell you that.
I have seen so many memes. Oh my gosh, the memes are endless right now.
I know, dude. That fight blew this whole thing up. Listen, I'm gonna be real interested in seeing the numbers on this event.
Mm-hmm.
There was so many people that watched it, but there was a lot of streaming going on, is what I noticed too. Now, on my wife's side, her friends, they had a lot of people. She had a lot of people watching on her feed. I don't know if they were streaming or if they purchased.
People paid. I know. I've got a couple of people that told me they were
hot.
They had people pay.
Yeah. No, hey, I had a guy say he went to a bar. He was at the Wings stop or whatever the fuck, Buffalo Wings. He watched it there. It was pretty hot. I couldn't believe it, you guys. I didn't think. Listen, there's a few things I wanted to say. One is we got to apologize to Rocky Balboa. All right, all of his movies make sense now. Okay, the fans will tune in.
That's true.
No, they will tune in. We all gave him shit. Oh, look at this old ass man still fighting. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. No, they all watched. They're all losers. They all tuned in. 54 versus 51. It was the hottest thing in America. It was crazy. I was kind of shocked. I couldn't believe how many people were watching it. I hope they do good numbers. Listen, about the fight, I like the fight. It was all body. I hope that one of us said that during all of our discussions over this thing about how they would get through the 8 rounds. We forgot. How about not throwing to the head? How about that one? Because there was a lot of that going on Saturday night. I think I seen maybe one left hook that Mike Tyson threw that actually looked like he was trying to fucking decapitate Roy Jones. Seriously. And Roy took it, man. He wobbled, but he took it. And it was real funny. I don't know if you guys noticed. Did you guys notice Tyson? Yeah, like pumping him up. Hey, you took that punch. You took that punch. Yeah.
Much respect for taking that punch.
Hey, you know damn well Roy Jones had the "you can't hit me in the head" discussion with Mike when he's fucking congratulating him on taking the punch after the fight.
No kidding.
It was almost like like he was like, you can fight. Fuck what them doctors say.
Much respect.
Bleeder my ass.
I threw that punch. I really threw that punch.
I swear to God, I tried to knock you out right there, and you took it, Roy. Good job.
Much respect.
Got it.
I knew it was a good punch. Yeah, Wapner at 6. Oh my gosh. What is up with Pazienza and his son? Where do I begin on the travesty that is this
But
fight?
the decision. What
What
the hell?
fight
Who
was he
who
watching?
had this? What the fuck?
Am I the only one that thought Roy Jones looked like a parody of Roy Jones with the no looking?
Dude,
he looked like an old man doing
wind.
Roy Jones, right?
He was sucking
did that
wind at the end of the
no-looking
second
thing.
round, dude. These are short rounds, few rounds, and he was sucking wind big time. It's just like, come on, man. Like, and he looked bad. Like he was in deep. Would walk back to his corner, and we can hear him because it's so quiet in the arena. We can hear him sucking wind. Dude, what the fuck? Did you not do the road work? What the hell?
He looked uncomfortable the whole night.
Yeah.
He might have gotten nervous. Maybe he was just a little bit nervous when when they're in the promoting the fight. It's all fun and games, but maybe Mike's eyes started changing when fight time came or fight day came, and he started wondering if the dude really took his meds. Now, Mike's saying that he did smoke weed before the fight, so that's good. At least that kept him calm.
He should have.
Well, yeah. I mean, because that's what you got to look at. Tyson not only bit a man's ear off in the ring, he tried to break many elbows in the ring. That Tyson was very known for wrenching on arms at the end of his career. So he's missing a few screws up there at the end, and I think it kind of got to Roy. And as far as entertaining, yeah, it was entertaining, but I knew it was a fixed fight. I mean, come on, I'm not stupid. I didn't pay for this shit. It's cool that they still dug to each other's body, but that's all they were doing was body shots. I just hope one of us said that because that was pretty easy. Like, oh, how are they not going to knock each other out? Well, they're not going to throw to the head. How about that? We didn't see one Mike Tyson uppercut.
Yes, not one, and I mentioned that actually too. While I was talking about when I was watching the fight, because we all kind of gathered around the computer, and I was like, "How come he's not throwing, that he does where it's like body uppercut? He does that hand to the body uppercut. None of that shit. None of that. He just did body, and I was like, okay, this is some shit I would do in sparring. Like this is just come on now. Like I was expecting a few more shots, and Roy did his thing with the jab and everything that few landed, but I mean, I don't know. It's what we were expecting, really. I mean, we weren't expecting shots to the top, to the head, and I mean, we expected to happen, but that ultimately didn't happen. I mean, what else can we see that hasn't already been?
I gotta be honest. The part that I find most interesting, I just don't know how everybody's giving Roy Jones a pass for the no-look Roy Jones of 20 years old and do it as a 50-year-old. He just looked so awkward and clumsy and like sad. Like
a lot of his ability, Lee, was on. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I just felt bad for Roy. I think Roy looked really bad in the ring.
And he did, and he also looked bad at the end of his career. A lot of Roy Jones' success was on God-gifted talents. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so once that started leaving him, it once it goes, it goes, right? It's gone, and being out of the ring 3 more years. Okay, good. Didn't help that at all. So that's really all it is with Roy Jones is his talents. That's really why I thought he was going to see the canvas, because he was doing the no defense, hands down, showboating. I thought he was going to get caught at 51, but once again, there was only like maybe one punch that I actually seen Tyson put it in on going up top where he was trying to hurt him. A lot of holding, a lot of dancing. Look, everyone watched it. No one was really impressed, but everybody was satisfied. That's my feelings on this fight when I read my feed or went to some of the chat rooms. Everyone was satisfied what the two old guys gave us on Saturday night, and I think that's all we really could ask for from them too. Lee?
Well, do we get? Oh, is there? I think there's like a delay or something with Lee. Uh-oh.
That sucks.
Oh, you know what? I did want to mention something though about the undercard, specifically with Jake Paul and who the fuck did he fight? I keep forgetting the guy's name, the basketball player. But
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson, that's what it is. Everybody was bashing this fight, right? Because we don't want to see two dudes who aren't boxing in the ring. It's pretty boxing at this point, and one of the biggest arguments for it was like that.
What did? No, there's a little bit of a delay. I'm having weird intermittent thing.
You sound like a drunk robot.
What? I sounded like a bot. Just say basketball player. Wow. Now there's like feedback. That was all very weird. That was all very weird. Are you guys there?
Yes, we're here.
No, that was very weird. Okay, go ahead and give me your Nate Robinson, Jake Paul assessment.
I was just going to say, I know one of the biggest arguments for that fight was that this brings more eyes to the sport, and to some extent, I agree with that. But realistically, it doesn't bring more eyes to the sport once these guys are not there. You know what I'm saying? Like if fucking Jake Paul goes off and does table tennis after this, his fans are going to follow him. They're not going to stick around and watch boxing. So granted, it might be more eyes to the sport now because he's boxing now, I guess, for as long as he's going to do it. But the second he bolts, so are his fans. So I don't think, many fans are going to stick around after he's gone, which won't be too long, I assume. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about that shit about him having more sport. Yeah, while they're not around, it's not where they're going to have permanent fans. So that's like a real bullshit to even tune in to watch these fights.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. The one other thing that I got a little annoyed with seeing after the knockout he did on Robinson was this is why you don't play boxing. That's bullshit. There's kids playing boxing all around the world every day at schoolyards.
These guys were playing boxing.
I mean, I'm so tired of hearing, you don't play boxing. Yeah, we do. We slap box. We box. There's friends that go in the backyard, put on a pair of gloves, and duke it out. No, shut the fuck up with that. Nate Robinson just got knocked out. The guy had balls to get in the ring, got knocked out. That's all that happened there. Happens every day, all around the world. Stop saying that people don't play boxing.
I want Jake Paul. I will come out of retirement, concussions and all, for Jake Paul.
Well, no, I listen. This guy's going to play with fire until he gets burned, and it's going to be probably Conor McGregor that burns his ass. The UFC and Conor McGregor would be absolute fools to not take this dude's challenge right now. I would take it. I would run with it. Promote the shit. Be your entrance into boxing. Like, come on, Conor would fucking annihilate this guy. Seriously. Let's do it. Get them to fight. Like, I don't want to see this guy, this YouTuber, fighting anymore. I don't want to see any of his friends. You see Mike Tyson. Oh, they do real good for the sport. Bullshit. I agree with Miguel. They put money into the pockets of the people that are throwing it for that night. They will not do anything for us for the future. There is none of their fans are staying like, oh, Paul was good, but I'm really into this other guy now. Terrence Crawford, I totally watch him. Get the fuck out of here. No, they don't. So I agree with Miguel on that. And yeah, let's get him burned already. The guy thinks he's a fucking boxer. Well, let's get him in there with someone that can fight. He called out Conor McGregor. I'll take that fight. But if I was any professional boxer, I'm all over this Jake Paul guy. Stop trying to fucking come in here and take our shine without actually fighting a legit person in the sport you're representing. Or Jake Paul needs to stop saying that he's going to bring fans to boxing and start saying celebrity boxing, because that's really what he's doing. He's a celebrity boxer. He's not a real boxer. You put him in the ring.
Downplaying?
Oh, I'm hella downplaying. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. I don't need anything from that dude in our sport. I was
the pioneer, and I will never be remembered as the pioneer.
Oh wait, what do you mean, Lee? I'm trying to keep you here on this earth for your daughter, so I'm not even going to talk about you fighting anymore, bro. You've done, dude. The doctors said no.
The war's over. It's time to
yes.
So this is a true story. So I don't know if I said this last week. I actually went and got a physical last Monday. And this is after everybody, including you guys, know that I have had bleeders. And everybody in my family knows this fact. And close people that I actually work with and really take their advice from as well know about this. So I went to a doctor as my final straw because now I've got free time on my hands since I only have one client for my day life. Doctor goes through the whole thing. He checks he goes, wow, you're really in good shape for your age. You look great. You look great. And I look at him and I go, I'm thinking of taking jiu-jitsu and possibly boxing again. He goes, didn't you just tell me that you have had bleeders? And he starts clicking on the keyboard and he goes, yeah, here's your CT scan. He goes, you've had concussions, like not a few, like you've had multiple concussions. I said, yeah, so? And he goes, well, you understand at your age, you shouldn't do that anymore. I said, so can I do jiu-jitsu or boxing? He goes, do you think you can do it without going crazy? And I said, no, not at all. I want to fight Jake Paul. And he goes, I don't know who Jake Paul is. I don't either. Who cares? And I said it just like that. That crazy voice inside of me that actually gets bright ideas of, yeah, want to do it.
Well, here you go, you guys. Ryan Garcia has just called out Jake Paul on Twitter.
Right.
Jeez.
And I have seen this. So
that's a huge weight difference, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what? Jake
Even
Paul
with
would still
Conor,
get jacked up. If
Lee, you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. But yeah, it's a huge weight difference. But yeah, I would love to see that fight because he probably puts hands all fucking over him, and then everyone go, "Damn, you got beat up by a little dude."
All right, I'm just thinking outside the box. I'm just thinking outside the box. There are a lot of fighters who are of average talent that have a name that would be interesting. So I'm going to spitball a few here. How about Amir Khan? He needs a fight, and I think he has the ability to jack Jake Paul up.
You know, I don't know if I want to see Amir get knocked out by a YouTuber, though.
Danny Garcia, Danny Garcia is about to be jacked up really bad in his next fight by Errol Spence, possibly take a dive. Danny Garcia, there's another name. I'm trying to figure out how to reuse these subpar B-level fighters that kind of Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is not doing anything. How about Mikey Garcia?
Jeez. Well, he'll school him. I don't know if he'll, fucking knock him out. I don't know how hard. I'm assuming his punch is going to be hard regardless. But I don't know. Have we been like Jake take an actual shot, like a real legit shot? All the people, guys aren't fucking boxers. People who you normally hire for sparring. I mean, what kind of shot can this guy even take? I wonder if Mikey, can out.
All right, here's a name. Where's Floyd? How's Floyd not jumped on this wagon already and see an easy?
Well, they were calling each other. Yeah, they were calling each other out, but I don't think Floyd is going to bite. I don't think.
No, the weight difference is too much, and it's it's possible that Floyd might have second thoughts after Saturday night about just allowing him to be whatever weight he wanted. It would be a huge, like Ryan Garcia could come back from a defeat from Paul, not Floyd Mayweather. At least Ryan can be like, dude, he weighed 80-something pounds more than me. Floyd would only be about, 30 pounds maybe more than him.
Yeah.
So you
would that
want
even happen? Like, they would have to have that at some Indian reservation, have the damn athletic involved.
Oh, yeah, no, total exhibition. Yeah, total exhibition fight.
Time to go to Macau. Everybody jump on the COVID plane and let's go to Macau. Let's go to the epicenter of COVID and put on that fight.
Let's go to Pachang. It could happen.
It's kind of sad that we spent this much time talking about Jake Paul's next opponent, though. See, that's what I wanted to stay away from with these fucktards in our sport. That's why I'm looking.
Fucktard.
That's why I'm looking for them to get burnt. I want him out of here. So, that Conor McGregor fight looks pretty interesting. They're two big names. That would probably break records if the UFC put it on. I don't think it'd break the boxing records, but I do think it'd come close on the UFC numbers. So, yeah, let's get that one going. See if Conor can put hands on this guy. Dude, you imagine how big of a celebrity he'd be if he beat Conor McGregor? How big would Jake Paul be?
Huge. Epic.
Yeah, because his brother is Logan, and he made it big first on the YouTube between the. So he's kind of, and then of course we saw him fight, KS everything. So I think that's kind of, he's just piggybacking off of that, and he's like, oh shit, I think I actually have better skills than Logan Paul, and actually take this boxing thing. But yeah, if he beats somebody at the caliber of fucking McGregor, dude, that dude will be on the Tonight Show or something.
Wow.
The man who saved boxing, Jake Paul, next.
Well, let's get to the next guy and our last story of the day for saving boxing. And that is none other than Errol Spence this Saturday taking on Danny Garcia. Gosh, there's a lot of tickets available for this fight in every price range. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of seats. They apparently everybody in Texas has COVID or is dying from COVID in Texas. So their plan of putting this in AT&T Stadium. First of all,
Those seats are fucking high, though, man. Look at where the numbers are, you guys. That's third, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 decks up, and they're still asking for $71.
Yep. What's it cost to sit somewhere? Oh no,
Hey, Miguel, we're talking this. This is the 100,000 seat venue, right? This stadium, right? This is Dallas.
Yes. Yeah. With that big screen in the middle. Yeah, Arlington.
Oh my gosh.
So to
you know
level, they want $700 for this fight. So you get COVID, you get Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence, and you have to deal with Arlington Stadium.
You're so stupid.
What a package deal. What a package deal. You get 3 for 1. Your $700 ticket gets you 3 different things. Gets you Errol Spence return with his fake teeth. It gets Danny Garcia and his 0 followers, and COVID. Because I guarantee everybody who goes to this is either got COVID or going to get COVID on Saturday night.
This is the fight where all the wives are sending their husbands and they don't know why. They're all hoping to die of COVID.
This is the COVID Bowl.
Oh yeah, go out. Go to that fight. I think it'd be nice.
AT&T Stadium, honey. I buy you a couple of floor seats. Have fun. Have fun, honey. Go tell everybody.
It's like, make sure to re-up that life insurance before you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm not going to this stupid fight. They invited me, but I've got underlying health issues, like I'm 147 years old. What kind of stupid asshole would go to this fight in the first place? First of all, how is Errol Spence even in this fight? Didn't he get hit by a car or something? I mean, what is going on in America? Texas is a hotbed for COVID activity. They invited me to sit ringside with Al Heyman, who will not be in attendance. I can see right through that trap. This is stupid. And let me underline the word stupid in the word stupid. This is so stupid. They want $700 a seat to go to a shitty card in Texas where all the COVID is. Good God.
Hey, so Al Bernstein just came out and said that he tested positive. That's why he wasn't able to do the Tyson Roy Jones fight Saturday.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy to test positive for something because I don't think, getting positive for like gonorrhea is ever going to happen to him because I can't imagine him having sex with a female ever. I don't even know what that looks like, to be perfectly honest. So getting a positive test for something based on a blood test is exciting for him. I mean, shout out to Al Bernstein, who is literally one of the nicest men I have ever met in my entire adult life. But that is a really funny joke. Dude, there's nothing but seats for this fight. I mean, we can get ringside. We can get serious about this. Row 8 is $796 a ticket.
Damn, $1,900 floor E? Christ.
Yeah, floor E, row 6. Row 6. Row 6. Am I the only one in that row? I want to know. Am I the only one in that row? Do these blow the seat locations up if I zoom in?
One big old seat. Big ass bubble.
They're not doing the zoom in on the actual seat locations. Am I separated? Is there plexiglass between me and the next guy? I mean, how does this really work? Do I get a face mask when I show up in the stadium? Am I able to buy hot dogs? Do I have to touch the disgusting ketchup dispenser that every other person with COVID has touched when I go to get my hot dogs? Who's touched the nacho cheese, for God's sakes? Have you seen the employees that work in this place? And they're willing to work during COVID at the stadium, which tells me you probably have the COVID and nobody checked you coming into the stadium. I mean, is there a health check on the employees as they come into the building? Is that part of the health check?
If someone has a fever, do they cancel the fight?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Escort them out the back. The show must go on.
No kidding.
Just hush, hush. Just send them off to the back. Sees, and the fight goes on.
Does anybody know what they're charging for this yet?
Al Heyman has
$75.
$75.
Oh, yeah.
$75. I just pulled it up on the PBC website.
And you know what? Matter of fact, let's go. I'm going to look at something real fast. I'm going to go to Fox Sports. They shared something on this fight and after an hour, there was only one share. You guys, I'm not lying. One share.
That sounds about right.
I was like, this is gonna be
$75. Do they have enough fighters left to actually fill the undercard, or are they just banking that somebody wants to watch Errol Spence fight Danny Garcia?
PBC, the PBC fan, we can't underestimate them. They've got a few 100,000 that will show up for this. I don't expect it to do 1 million.
Not like the Tyson fight. No, not like the Tyson fight. That I guarantee that thing did 1 million views. They paid
it sure in the hell looked like it, Lee. Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. I couldn't believe how many people were watching this. I'm like I said, it was coming to me from all sides, old, young, my ladies' friends, people I didn't think watched.
A guy that I just recently met came over with a friend, one of his friends, to check out my new place, right? And he's like telling me, "Oh, you cover boxing?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I just watched the fight at my dad's house. We paid for it." I'm like, "Why would you pay for it?" You're just encouraging their bad behavior.
All right, so I'm not even lying, you guys. Fox Sports. This is Fox Sports Facebook page. They released the Spence Jr. Garcia week events, the events of the week, right? You got the press conference, the undercard official weigh-ins. This thing has been up for 10 hours.
What time's
10 hours? Been up for 10 hours, Lee. It has 13 likes and 4 shares.
It's killing it on social media. Well, that's
the Fox Sports. Let me tell you, Twitter. Fox Sports is really happy with the turnout they're getting on this post.
Okay, how many people
on the likes?
Watch this.
One of them was the laughing emoji. So I don't even know if Noel Gribble even likes this fight. He's laughing at them.
Shout out to Noel wherever you are. Who's on this fight card? Let's see. What's this going to say when I click on fighters? Oh, no, this is their fighters. They don't even... Do they have a card for this? Like,
scroll down. Yeah, we could just scroll down or something, no?
Watch the fight live. Pay for it like a moron. Once again, this show is sponsored by VIProw.net. Click on the box. You know what? We tried last week with the Tyson fight and not encouraging their bad behavior. So I'm going to try again with the PBC and not encouraging their bad behavior. Click on the Boxeo button on the middle of the screen and watch the fight drama-free and free, because this is just as bad. Honestly, this is literally boxing's equivalent to Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. I guarantee Danny Garcia is taking a spectacular dive. Let's talk about this fight before we look for a fight card. I guarantee that Danny Garcia is taking a dive. I guarantee it. I have seen no fight, pre-fight coverage of Errol Spence. There's been no information coming out of sparring. There's been no information coming out of his camp. All I know is he got thrown out of a car. He had his face replaced.
Lee, you just reminded me, and we have to bring it up. Did you guys hear Daniel Jacobs' trainer in the middle of the round ask Daniel if he put money on himself?
Yes.
No.
What was his word? Because I have the DAZN app. Like, look it up again just to see what his exact wording was. Like, did you put what do you say? Did you place a bet or did you put money down?
Yeah, dude, he straight up asked if Danny was fixing that fight during the fight. Like, I told Christine I would fucking fire that man as soon as I got back to my locker room. He'd be fucking gone. You know how fast, dude, if there was like any Fed out there that wanted to make a name for himself, I mean, bring down this pro athlete. I heard his trainer, it's just like, you're just opening a can of worms that I don't need to be around. Like, what a fucktard. That's a fucktard of the year right there, to ask his fighter if he's fixing the fight during the fight.
I like that. Wile E. Coyote. Super genius. It's got a nice ring to it. Like, literally, that is a Wile E. Coyote moment. Like, did you put money on yourself in this fight, buddy?
Hey,
Let
what
me
if
stay
Jacob's
there
like,
while the camera's right next to me.
Let's have
Let me
this
remove
discussion
mask.
in the middle of the
So it
fight.
sounds
in the
clear.
middle of the ring, the TV camera's right on him.
Wile E. Coyote. Super genius. Yeah.
They said the trainers knew. Danny just hired him. Well, Danny needs to fire his ass. That should be the last fight that guy ever works. Oh my God. Ay, ay, ay. So, anyways, I'm sorry, Lee.
In the words of Chris Rock, grand opening, grand closing. What is up with you, bro?
Hey, why did he fire you? Hey, he got all mad. I asked him during the fight if he fucking bet on himself. You know, seriously, bro, he was sucking. I thought maybe, he was fixing the shit.
Oh my God. That would have been like,
I was kind of pissed. I was hoping he let me in on it.
Yeah, right. Let everybody know. This is almost like Andrew jumping up on the ring when I thought this was going to happen when I fought Danny. At least Andrew waited till we were backstage. Lee, I know you're throwing that fight. Like, he could have jumped up on the ring and looked at me and went, Lee, are you throwing that fight?
Shit.
And me looking over casually as I'm, getting
Classic.
in a broken nose. Dude.
Matter of fact, we need that for our new opening, Lee. Did you put money on? We need that for our opening. Did you put money on your show?
I'll find the clip. I gotta find the clip. The clip has gotta happen. The clip has to happen. That's gotta be a real thing somewhere. There has to be a. Buddy, did you put money on this fight? Are you throwing this fight? Come on, tell me the truth.
Just tell me. Hey, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, just whisper in my ear so the camera
He
doesn't
was
get it.
3,000 to 1, asshole. I get it.
Buddy, I had to bet on him. It's just one loss on my record. What's the big deal? I had to. I've got mouths to pay.
Hey, you guys, they're talking about he's $1 million fighter, but his trainer's asking him if he bet on 3,000 to 1. Okay, that makes sense. Who's doing the math there? Right. He's got the Espinosa calculator. That son of a bitch.
It surfaces again.
Oh, fuck, that made my head hurt.
Oh my God. And I didn't think there was going to be much to talk about today. I am so wrong. Which takes us to our final part of the show. Yes, we're going to talk about the PBC and who's going to win this fight because, well, if you're stupid, you honestly believe Danny Garcia has a shot because you're one of the 5 people who really follows him on social media. And you're not family. I'm going to qualify that. I'm sure he's got lots of family that follows him on social media. Okay. Daniel Jacobs versus Danny Garcia. I start with you, Andrew Lapachet, even though I know, will you at least watch it on our sponsor, VIPRow.me, or will you just avoid the fight altogether?
Most definitely, I will watch this fight on VIPRow.com. Hey, listen, but I'm in the same boat with you, Lee. I'm a little bit nervous with these PBC guys nowadays. Look, all of these guys, all they wanted to do is make money. None of them are in this for legacy. None of them are in this to be unified champs, to go off and put their names up there with the all-time greats. They're not in it for that. They've clearly showed us this many times by avoiding fights, staying behind the skirts of Al Heyman, saying, oh, no, talk to my manager. I can't answer shit. Just a fucking puppet. Danny Garcia is a puppet. He's been a puppet for hella long for PBC. No, I think if Al Heyman said, I'll give you $3 million to take a split decision defeat tonight and another $3 million to take a split decision defeat 6 months from now, I think Danny's all in. I don't give a fuck about winning. If he gave a fuck about winning, he would have fought the guys that would have made him a fucking winner, a legend, not just people that Al Heyman told him to fight. So, no, I don't believe in any of these PBC guys. It's going to be a split decision, most likely, Lee.
What kind of crack are you smoking? A split decision?
A split decision, yes,
I
sir.
realize that I'm in the middle of a conversation getting a new monitor. My sister wants to get me a monitor for the new studio for this place. And I'm like doing that. And here's exactly what happened. I'm looking at this monitor going, yeah, it's 1080. It'll be great. And then I hear a split decision. And I went, what the fuck? That's really what happened in my head. I heard, did Andrew maybe you didn't hear that correctly. Maybe Maybe you were focusing too hard
It's
on getting
what
this
they
monitor
do.
for the office.
Who else can Danny fight? Has he fought Pacquiao yet? No. So Al Haymon
Nope.
will probably match them two up next, and that's how you keep his name relevant. Split decision.
Dude, are you out of your mind?
Whatever.
That it's a split decision. All right. Well, all right. That's probably a good. I'm going to go check the betting on this. Go ahead, Miguel. Give your feedback while I go to Odds Shark to see what I can get odds wise for Andrew's crazy bet here of this going to a decision, which it's never going to happen. This is
Oh, they're
No, it can. It'll go like if they're gonna. I mean, especially Garcia. If Garcia's gonna dive, it's not gonna be an ass whooping. It's not like, all right, let him hit me and fucking get a concussion. It's him, playing it safe, doing the Roy Jones thing and clinching the shit ton and just on the record, on the split decision. It's not like he wants to get his fucking head blocked off or head knocked off, which Errol can totally do. But no, if it's gonna be Danny kind of saying like, all right, I'll take the pay and maybe another payday. It's not going to be him looking bad, like getting knocked the fuck out, because that would totally kill any future that he's got. So it's like, no, let me play it safe. I'll look bad, I'll lose, but it won't be no fucking taking a dive. It's going to be a split decision loss.
Okay.
I suspect.
Yeah. And Lee, all I'm saying here is I don't trust him. I don't trust Danny. I don't know where Danny's at in his life, in his career. And I don't like this whole PBC thing. I don't like how they only show their stable of fighters in their ratings. They act like they're in their own little world. So I have no part of that world. They don't get my money. No, sir. I've got Spence winning this fight. I'm going to give you guys an example of how bad this fight's doing right now on the Fox Sports page. So their thing had 4 shares and 13 likes. Well, they also posted 20 hours ago a fucking bear fighting a hunter on the side of a river. That has 2.5 thousand likes. It's been shared 1,000 times. Whatever. Not looking good for the pay-per-view of Garcia versus Spence Jr.
We found the undercard yet? Who else is going to be on this?
Yeah, I didn't. I was checking the odds on the fight, and my sister kindly wants to get me another monitor for the studio, a big giant monitor for Christmas, and it's like 720p. I didn't even know that they made monitors in 720p. She thinks she's getting a great deal, and I went, here's one on Amazon that's 1080 QLED. That's $40 more, and it's literally just $40 more, and it's a superior monitor. Because I don't have enough monitors here. I have one giant screen and 2 sub monitors, and I'm building like a rocket ship in my new place, like a lunatic. Like I have not learned my lesson about building studios. I was saying
Rocket Man.
Minimalist. Yeah, it totally is. When you guys come down to South Park. I live in South Park, first of all.
Are they ever going to let us travel again?
No, they're not, Andrew, but someday when you get to go to SeaWorld. SeaWorld's open, by the way. No, they closed it. But next time you bring the kids down, I'll bring you over to my place, let you come over to my place. But it's hilarious what I did. I went from a shoebox by the water to a big house, and now I've completely converted a room into an entire recording studio. And nobody can come here. Nobody can come and record content. I can't have people over to do podcasts. And I built a ridiculous studio for no reason. I have no clue what I was thinking. No clue. Like I'm looking around going, I just ordered backdrops and like couches. And like I wanted that cool Dr. Dre vibe with, mood lighting. And I realized nobody's coming over. Nobody's coming here for a year. And I'll probably move when my daughter goes to college anyway. Go figure. Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. Errol Spence is minus 500. And by the way, for those of you thinking, boy, there's a lot of filler information in this episode. We did 3 stories. Do the math. We did 3 stories today. The fact that we made it to 1 hour is mind-boggling for all of you who want content. Besides, you guys aren't driving to work anyway. You're just listening to this while you mow your yard because
there's
gardener's not working anymore.
There is not one other title fight on the undercard, Miguel. It is bad.
Oh, are you serious?
Bad.
What is the undercard, Andrew? Give it to us.
Fernando Garcia, Juan Tapia, 13-2 versus 9-3. Josito Lopez, maybe the biggest name on this undercard. Francisco Santana, 37-8 versus 25-8. Sebastian Frondura versus Jorge Cota. 15-0 is Sebastian Frondura, so he's the up and comer, I guess you would say, on the card. And he's going up against Jorge Cota. So
who's Jorge Cota?
I want to say he's a replacement.
Yeah, he's been on the receiving end of a couple of highlight reels. If you guys remember, now I can't think of his fucking name, but there's one dude I was one of the Charlos, as a matter of fact. One of the Charlos knocked him the fuck out in the first round.
No, I was going to sign him.
Right, it was one of the Charlos.
He's the next big
and he's basically on the receiving end of a few highlight reel knockouts. So and this just an opponent, literally.
This young man, Sebastian Frondura, is 15-0-10. Lee, he is 154 pounds and comes in of a height of 6'5.5".
Who's the guy that's 7 foot fighting at like bantamweight? Isn't there like a?
I thought this was him. You're right. Yeah, no, there is another one too. He
looks like a Starved King in Run or something.
Yeah, he's
right?
like 6 something. Yep.
Yep. And he looks like he needs a sandwich really bad, like in between rounds.
I don't ever get that. I don't know why they make those type of fighters get so. Why they don't build up muscle on those type of frames, but. It's something I don't.
All right. For those of you like Andrew who are degenerate gamblers who want to bet on this fight, remember Las Vegas is closed. And since I've had a couple of people recently go to Vegas and go, Vegas is closed. The only reason to go to Vegas is to spend $300 to see Murray the Magician in the afternoon. Like there are no shows.
Oh, and just to finish it out, that was the undercard, you guys. That's the 4 fights leading up to the main event.
For $80
on the pay-per-view card.
Again. Go to VIProw.net. Let's do this one more time for our proud sponsor. I've got to get an affiliate link as much as I can.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out, though. Al Heyman is such a dick. He has how many fucking champions under his stable, and he can't give us one other championship fight?
I'll give credit to the Tyson. Wait, here's credit to the Tyson card. At least they got rappers to fill the gaps.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Rappers.
Al Heyman is better than Don King. This guy, what he has done to this sport, what he has done to these fighters, this is awesome.
All right, I'm gonna make a suggestion for this. Tell me if I'm wrong, because you guys watch this. Should Snoop Dogg not be on the announcing team of every fight ever? Oh, Snoop was awesome. Snoop was awesome.
I give it about a B maybe. If I'm talking the highest grade I can go. I don't know, Lee, if it was awesome. If you'd say he was awesome.
Well, it made me smile a lot. Roy's got to get on out of there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I did like the fact that it gave the fighters at these, they really didn't know what else to say.
This is like every crazy promoter who put me on a card, and I always ask the same question. Do you want me to do this serious? No, we brought you in because we know what you're going to do. And then when I do it, they look at me and go, we didn't think you were really going to do it. What did you think was going to happen? It's not like you hired me because I'm Jim Lampley.
And maybe Al Heyman should have bought a commercial off of that telecast because it seemed like it got a lot of views, man. Probably would have done good for Garcia Spence to have a little pay-per-view commercial on there.
Well, I'm thinking with all the stand-up comics that are out of work, like you should be able to get a couple of big names to sit in there and punch it up with at least some humorous bits to pass the time for the rest of this fight card. Like, we're asking the PBC announce crew, shout out to Jesse Vargas. Jesse, what's his name? Wow, has it been that long since I've stalked
Jesse? No, Vargas, yeah.
Huh?
Jesse Vargas, right?
Yeah.
I don't stalk him anymore. I've really grown up since my breakup with Jesse Vargas, so I don't stalk him really as much anymore.
You don't play Fran anymore?
We're not friends anymore. I'm just not. It's not the same.
Not the same. You got your heart broken
bond between us, and What I'm
Flies are
saying
gone.
is, Jesse, is I want my ring back. You're the first one I'm asking the ring back.
And I'm gonna just be real, Lee. You're kind of a groupie, dude. You know it's because he's been losing. You know it's because he's been losing.
That's what happens. They love you when you're on top, and then when you hit rock bottom.
Oh my gosh. That's a Marilyn Manson song, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Show. It's
Yeah,
Dope Show. They all love you when you're on top.
Oh, yes.
Errol Spence is minus 500. Danny Garcia is plus 325. Are you telling me you put money on Danny Garcia at plus 325 in this fight, Andrew?
No, I'm staying away. I don't know who these guys. I don't know who these guys are anymore. So no, I think Danny likes his lifestyle more than he likes his boxing career. So I don't know what Danny's showing up to this ring. I will tell you on the PBC Facebook page, it added an event, the Spence Garcia fight, AT&T Stadium. They added it 3 hours ago. So far, they're at 68 likes and 2 comments. They haven't had one fucking fan even share this thing. Not one. 3 hours. It's been online.
They need Snoop Dogg.
Hey, you might be right. No, Lee, you might be right on that. They need something because it's not looking good right now.
Get completely torqued up and high as a kite and just
and Tyson. I think and Tyson, because you know what, Tyson knows how to play the role now. You seen him after the fight; he was doing very good with the microphone. They need all the help they can get right now because it's not looking good.
The funniest part, okay, I'm going to say it one more time. We're back to that fight, but Mike Tyson going, "Oh, definitely want to do another fight."
I know. And Roy, you took
all
that punch.
Was somewhere Evander Holyfield went, "Yippee!"
Evander has come out on Twitter saying he's ready for war. Yes, it has happened.
He's legitimate. Well, according to what he's saying.
And Tyson was like, not again.
We're going to keep doing this till somebody dies in the ring. We literally are going to keep doing this until somebody dies in the ring.
Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis have also had some interest in this little thing that's going. Listen, we got to go back to what we Fight Net Radio called this in the very beginning. They've got to do a tournament style. If they can do a tournament style, people will buy in. Winner takes all.
They both got belts on Saturday. How did they know to bring 2 belts? Okay.
Yes, exactly.
That was weak. That was weak.
That
it also
showed how much of a show and how fake it actually was. They both. First of all, I don't want one of those magic amulets that
I told you it was fake. We all knew this shit was fake.
Oh my God, it was great. It was great. It was exactly what it should be.
They've got to make it a tournament. I think it would sell. If Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and Mike Tyson came back for a tournament, you throw in some other has-been heavyweights that they can tear up real fast so we could get them into the finals. From what I seen Saturday night, a couple of YouTubers on the undercard, I think they got themselves a fucking
it's the Golden Girls event. Memorial Challenge. I'm telling you.
De La Hoya versus Floyd Mayweather 2.
Oh my God, De La
might
Hoya
be coming soon.
Wait, who's De La Hoya talking about fighting? Like he
wants to be Triple G, but don't be surprised if with the success last Saturday night that Oscar and Floyd don't start talking to each other on the golf course again. Don't be surprised.
Gotta be joking me. And by the way, the best fight card to end out the year is coming up in 2 weeks. Actually, the best fight day. Saturday, December 12th is shaping up to have a ton of really entertaining fights, to say the very least. Joseph Parker is fighting on Saturday. Huey Fury is fighting on Saturday the 12th. You also have Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev coming up on Saturday, December the 12th. And that is something to look forward to on the calendar, because I'm sure as hell not looking forward to Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. We're encouraging bad behavior. I get what our job is, and Andrew really likes to think we're media, and the fact that generally the people who listen to our show are people in the media and therefore have story ideas for the media. We probably influence hundreds of blogs, and that's not me just being boastful about Fight Net Radio. Andrew and I know this for a fact. The only time we get comments about the show is when we go talk to other fight writers who want to know about the show. And whether or not, is Lee really like that in real life? Yeah, he pretty much is. Yeah, all the time. What did we learn today? Did we learn anything at all from this week's episode, other than nobody's really buying tickets for this?
I learned.
We learned that people give. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Miguel. It's all you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we learned that more people give a shit about Roy Jones and Tyson than they do about Spence. And, first and foremost, I think that's kind of the big takeaway from last weekend.
Boxing will never die, is what Saturday showed us. We will have another Mike Tyson in our sport. We'll have another Roy Jones. The ball will keep rolling. And the way these fans come back and when they're in their 50s, it's never going to stop. So I was very surprised. It's a success all the way around for anyone involved in that. I hope they got their money's worth. They get their money out of it, and it just wasn't a bunch of us jackasses streaming. But it does seem like people were buying. Like I said, one of my friends' coworkers today said he went to a Buffalo Wings. Is that the place establishment?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings to watch this. So even they were purchasing this fucking fight. It's just amazing.
There you go. I don't know what else to say about this past week of boxing other than, wow, special. You guys actually found a fight to put on where guys could eat on Thanksgiving and nobody cared what happened on Saturday. I like it when there's a few starved guys who show up to actually box that have problems making weight who had to skip Thanksgiving. That didn't happen here. Roy Jones showed up with that little pooch belly thing and then did a very bad impression of Roy Jones.
Yeah, he barely trained. You could tell.
Yeah. Roy with his whole, I'm not happy with the split decision. You should be really happy with the split decision. Like, shut your face. That pie hole answer out of you is nuts. That's literally the craziest thing I've heard this year. You're not happy. Mike, on the other hand, this is tremendous. I know how many pay-per-views I sold. Yeah, you should be, Mike. It's a good payday for you and for Roy. He can get back to cockfighting and you can get back to growing pot. I mean, it's phenomenal for both of you. And we will probably get more of it now because, truthfully, people want to watch that instead of Errol Spence fighting Danny Garcia. I mean, that's what we're... that's a really sad reality.
It's going to be real sad is if Spence does lose on Saturday night, you guys. I know I got to get out of here. I don't want to make this any longer. But what a sad boxing world we'll have if Spence loses to Garcia and we never get the Crawford Spence 2 undefeated champions fight.
God, I hope he loses. I mean, that would literally be the best thing ever in my book because I'm just done with the Errol Spence. Like, he got hit by a car, thrown out of a car, under a bus, replaced his face. They didn't show us. Like, literally, they're building him up to fight Manny Pacquiao. They're literally feeding him an opponent to make him look good so that they can make a Manny Pacquiao fight that will generate hundreds of millions of dollars when COVID ends. And that's if Manny Pacquiao is still alive after COVID ends. Do they have COVID in the Philippines? I mean, that's a serious discussion all by itself.
I think all the other third world countries are just like, it's like a flu. I don't know. Just go home. Take some
right. I mean, that's the way Trump described it originally, right? It was just a really bad flu. You know, people die from it just like the flu. No, they don't, dude. No, they don't. Dude.
Americans, they're all drama. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
One thing that I like is that everyone that has tested positive is telling us from their home on their phones. Ain't no one saying it from the ICU unit. Al Bernstein ain't in the ICU unit right now. None of the football, none of the college kids. So that's one. Let's just say America's winning on that half. I know everyone's going to get it. I get all that. There's some are going to die, but at least we're winning. Hey, shit. Did Tony La Russa have it? Isn't he ill right now, or is that just a heart issue?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I read. I read that he caught it too.
He caught it too, and he's fucking winning the battle. Come on now. Tony's so fucking unhealthy.
I thought I read Joe Cortez too. Referee Joe Cortez.
Joe Cortez, that's another one. Yes, sir.
And he has the COVID. He can now put that as part of his. I'm fair but firm, and I've had the COVID. Oh my God! All right, I'm going to give this opportunity to Andrew to let him gloat.
I already did, bro.
Wait, no, you're going to love this one. Please gloat about the Raiders losing 40-6 to Atlanta. For God's sake.
Oh man,
That made you happy.
It didn't. This was the game that I was dreading. I was going to see this year. We were. What's that?
It's a trap game.
Yeah, a trap game, and it's just, every time the Raiders are there to make it over this hump, right, to get out of this 30-year fucking funk we've been in of just having losing seasons one after another. We always come to these moments in the season. We're like, all right, man, the next 3 games are easy. We're up, 3 games over 500. We just need to win this out, and then we're really talking playoffs. And the first week of the first easy game you have, you lose for 46-6. Are you serious? 5 turnovers? You can't even hold on to the fucking ball now? Running backs are fumbling, quarterbacks throwing pick sixes. Like, what happened? You hope these guys will rebound in the next game, but fuck, man, it's the Raiders. Most of the time they don't, Lee. This is just the beginning of the end. Let me tell you, if this team fails...
Flag is up and away they go.
If they fail after starting 6-3, oh man, this is gonna be bad for Mark going into that new stadium, Lee. That's all I got. You can't continue to have losing stadiums and think your fans are gonna pay thousands of dollars to watch this thing open up. And Lee, right now, Derek Carr has the most fumbles in the league. He has the most fumbles since the man was drafted. If he has another losing season, I think they're going to have to release him, and now you're talking about a draft pick. But when you talk about a draft pick, you got to look at the record, and the record right now stands at 6-4. That isn't a first round. That isn't a top 3 pick that we're going to get, and we might need a fucking quarterback. Why you hurt me so late in the night? I got to go to bed thinking about this shit now. Do we dump the season? Do we still try to win? Derek Carr's life is in jeopardy here.
Look, you're not a Charger fan.
I know.
Wait, I'll one up that. You're not a Jets fan. That's a whole city that's,
it's been
winning the COVID war, but your football team sucks dick. I mean, what are the Jets? 0-11?
0-11, yes.
Good Lord.
We were the Cowboys of the AFC, though, right? At one time, we were the Monday night team. We were the bad boys of football. All that shit is gone. What the fuck? It has been 30 years of fucking bullshit. And every time we think we see a little light at the end of the tunnel, they have a game like they had last Sunday. I just hope that John Gruden could rebound this. Because I'm telling you, John Gruden loses his team, I don't know if I want his ass back. I'm dead serious on that. The fucking schedule played right in. The record was in their hands. The schedule was in their hands. All you got to do is deliver. Just deliver. And that's what they delivered on Sunday in their first try. He loses his team, man. It might be it for him, too.
Wow. It was better than I thought it would be, Andrew. It actually... I wanted to end on that note, and I knew it was going to be stronger, but instead now everybody's kind of bummed out for you. So I've put in a text message. We're being joined on the phone to end the show by Errol Spence. Yeah, I know. You guys find it as shocking as me. Go ahead, Errol.
Hey. Clarissa. You just never leave us, dude.
I will leave you guys with a little bit of news. Clarissa Shields is now an MMA fighter. Did anyone hear that?
Yes.
Hey.
Okay. She signed with PFL, which is
an
MMA organization on the ESPN app. One of the few MMA has a weight class of 155 for the ladies because MMA organizations have that. So, to my knowledge, she's going to have off fights at that weight division just so she can get the hang of it. Drop to the division below from what I've read. But yes, she's officially a mixed martial artist, and let's see how others go there.
Yep. There
Shout
you go.
out to me. Hey. Maybe I'll make some money.
Oh.
She's lost a lot of weight. She lost a lot of weight, and I think she found the Snapchat button on her telephone.
She realized she looked like a man. I'm now following female bodybuilders for some really psychotic reason on social media, and they're really odd looking. Like, especially the
Lee, why do you have to end it like this?
By the way, for Fight Net Radio listeners, if you're bored, trying out your new hardware in your office one night, just start typing in they're called the IFFB, whatever. You want the girls that are over the age of 40 that are female bodybuilders. It's the most interesting, weird, sick. I don't even know how to describe what they look like. I mean, they're really, really disturbing, odd-looking bodybuilding things. Like how do I put this into? I'm trying to round this out all the way to the top of the hour. Give everybody 90 minutes. I mean, occasionally you will get a good one like this one. Okay, she's not bad. It would still be a little funky in bed. Hold on, let me show it.
Wait,
She'd be a little funky in bed. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna come up on the screen right now.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
She's not that bad, right? However, how are you really gonna feel about a girl who can jack you up? I mean, let's really examine this. But she is not. Where is
she? She can hold you down and make you take it if she wants to.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, but there are some that are just their skin is stretchy and
it's like paper thin.
Yeah, it's really weird and it's creepy. And I'm into it and I keep trying to could I have sex with this woman? And my answer keeps coming back, yeah, well, for the exploration of the topic, I mean, of course you would. You'd have sex with Clarissa Shields.
Yeah, sex and date are two different.
Well, you know what? They might have great personalities, but there's one particular girl that I follow where her entire life seems to revolve around morning, midday, and evening workouts. Like, that's all she does, period. I'm completely... Here she is. I'm going to bring her up on the screen. I am fascinated with this one beyond words. Her name is Zoa. I'm going to put her up. She's really weird looking. Okay, this is really
so messed up.
No, it is. This is way messed up. Okay,
yeah.
This is really messed up, dude. I'm completely fascinated with her. All she does, she's completely converted her house to a workout facility. All she does is eat thousands of calories and does this to her body. I mean,
look at the jawline on that girl,
right? Yeah. There's a lot happening here. Tell me this isn't a fascinating thing. She's like, girl leg day. No, that's man leg day, babe. I mean, what do you want me to say? Damn. Right, look at these legs. Let's just go with
birthday girl leg party.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta go, you guys. You give me in trouble.
Look at this horse. We could run her in the Kentucky Derby, for God's sakes.
Definitely, yeah. I like her little Pamela Anderson tattoo. She tried right there. Boom.
What's this? The barbed
wire?
wire?
The barbed wire. Then the other one looks like a straight biker, but whatever.
Yeah, it's in now, I guess.
Come on, what's happening here? Somebody just tell her to stop. Stop. No, she has no friends in her life who didn't go stop. And by the way, this is the recommendation for you, just audio listeners. If you don't go see the video of what we're talking about, you are really missing out on my newest obsession. And it is Zoa Lindsay. And she is my current obsession. She has taken Jesse Vargas's place by far. I think she's female. She clearly bought breasts. I mean, right? But what's happening here? What were you at what point did somebody, the part that she has a tattooed finger like she was married once?
Yeah.
I
gotta get out of here, you guys.
All right. That'll do it for this week.
That's too much. Now I gotta go to bed thinking of fuck skinny.
Zoa Lindsay. Lindsay. Yeah, enjoy that, everyone. We will be back next week with your winners and losers, and I'm pretty sure we're all going to be the losers in the Errol Spence fight. But, I could be completely wrong. It could be a great night of fighting. It probably won't be, but it could happen. I mean, it could happen. As always, visit us on social media, visit our pages, visit us here, there, and everywhere. This has been Fight Night Radio.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Night!